God says, you must stop this as soon as possible. The message comes with a weight that cannot be ignored, pressing upon the soul like a hand from beyond. It is about the home you are living in, the walls that cradle your body each night, the air you breathe, the furniture, the rooms. Every corner of this dwelling carries a significance far beyond the mundane. God is trying to reach you, urgently, deliberately, in a manner that defies time itself. The date, the hour, the moment, November 26th, is not arbitrary. It is sacred, appointed, a threshold in which the veil between the human and the divine thins, allowing clarity to pierce through the fog of ordinary life, from the moment you awaken on this day. There is a tension in the air. It is not merely the chill of the morning, or the muted sunlight filtering through curtains. It is a vibration, a resonance that courses through your bones and whispers to the depths of your spirit, you are not alone. You never were. Yet, something has settled in this home, something that was never meant to be here. It has grown slowly, unnoticed, like mold in the corners of a room, silent but persistent. And God is telling you, it must end, immediately, before it spreads further, before it changes the very essence of the life you are trying to lead. The house, like all homes, is more than structure. It is memory, it is energy, it is intention made manifest. Every wall carries echoes of emotion, every floorboard absorbs footsteps, every window frames the lens through which the world enters. This home, your home, has a history, some of which you may not even know. God is reminding you that houses are alive in ways humans rarely understand. They breathe, they remember, they witness. And this one is watching you now. Perhaps it has been watching long before you arrived. Perhaps something entered it before you walked through its doors, a shadow, a presence, a whisper, and yet, God does not merely warn. God guides. The voice that reaches you is patient yet urgent, tender yet commanding. You must act, but with wisdom, with discernment, with courage. The instructions are clear, though their meaning may take time to unravel. Begin by seeing, truly seeing, your home. Walk through each room as though it were a sacred space, as though your steps carry weight beyond the physical. Notice the corners. Notice the spaces behind doors. Notice the shadows that linger too long, the cold spots that do not belong, the sudden unease that rises without reason. It is tempting to dismiss these feelings, to rationalize them away as imagination, fatigue, or coincidence. But God's warning is not a suggestion. It is an urgent command. Attention must be paid. You must listen. In the silence, in the ordinary, in the everyday, there are signs. A window that refuses to close. A door that creaks without wind. Objects moving slightly, subtly, as if aware of being watched. The air itself may feel heavier in certain rooms, charged with unseen energy. These are not coincidences. They are messages. And only by acknowledging them can you hope to act effectively. The presence is subtle, but it is persistent. It feeds on neglect, on distraction, on disbelief. God's message is an offer of protection, but it requires cooperation. Your attention, your faith, your willingness to confront the unseen, all are instruments in this sacred act. Prayer is a tool. Visualization is a tool. Purification rituals, ancient and modern, simple and profound, are tools. And yet the most powerful tool is courage, the courage to face what is hidden. To name it, to act decisively, to reclaim the sanctity of the space you inhabit. You may feel fear. That is natural. Fear is the mind's response to the unknown, a warning system evolved to protect the physical body. But here, fear is also a test. Will you allow it to paralyze you, or will you use it as fuel? Will you stand in alignment with divine guidance, or will you shrink back into disbelief and inertia? God's voice does not chastise, it illuminates. It makes visible what is invisible, urgent what is ordinary, holy what is profane. Begin with the threshold, the entryway of your home. The door is more than a portal, it is a guardian. Speak aloud your intention to claim this home as a space of light, safety, and divine protection. Walk clockwise through each room, envisioning light filling every corner, every shadow receding, every object vibrating with purity. Burn incense, sage, or other purifying substances if your heart calls to it, allowing the smoke to carry your prayers into the unseen realms. Listen. Pay attention. The space itself will respond, subtly at first, then unmistakably. Do not underestimate the power of presence. You, as a conscious being, are an instrument of divine will. Every thought, every word, every action resonates through this home. God is reaching through you, through intention, through faith, guiding each movement, each breath. You may feel a shift, a subtle relief, an easing of tension. That is the confirmation that action is working. Continue. Do not pause. Do not ignore. Momentum is sacred, the day will not end without confrontation. Something in this home is aware, and it will resist. Resist with persistence, with clarity, with unyielding faith. Name it, if necessary. Speak truth. Speak light. God is present, unseen but powerful, lending strength and guidance to every step. This is not a mere ritual, it is a reclaiming of sacred space, a battle fought not with weapons but with will, attention, and divine alignment. By evening, the home must feel different. The weight of unseen pressure must lift. If it does not, continue. For divine guidance is patient but exacting. There are layers, layers of energy, of intention, of presence, that must be addressed. Persist. Observe. Pray. Cleanse. protect. Inscribe symbols if they are meaningful to you, chant words if they resonate, act in ways that reinforce the message. This is holy ground, inhabited by goodness, aligned with divine will. Remember, the urgency of November 26th is not arbitrary. The day itself holds power, a confluence of energy, a window in which action has amplified effect. Do not delay. Do not falter. The divine is offering clarity, protection, and strength, but only if you act with immediacy and intent. By the time night falls, your home should feel lighter, safer, sanctified. But vigilance is required. Bless each threshold, each window, each doorway, each corner. Speak daily affirmations of protection. Keep the home aligned with intention, with love, with light. God's presence will remain if you maintain awareness, if you honor the sanctity of the space, if you do not allow negligence to invite darkness once more. This is not merely about a house. It is about your life, your soul, your alignment with the sacred. God speaks, urgent and loving. This is important. Act now. Protect what is yours. Reclaim your home. Light the shadows. Turn fear into action. Stand in courage. You are not alone. Each step you take, each conscious act of purification, each prayer, each affirmation is a thread weaving a shield around your home. You are part of a sacred process, a living instrument of divine will, a guardian of space. Fear may arise. Resistance may push back. But persistence, faith, and clarity will prevail, and so, on November 26th, act. Act decisively. Act with intention. Act with God's guidance. Walk through your home with eyes open, heart ready, spirit aligned. Speak. Breathe. Shine light. Push back shadows. Reclaim what belongs to goodness, to life, to divine will. By the time the day concludes, you will know the difference. You will feel it, in the walls, in the air, in the very fabric of the rooms around you. The message is clear. The time is now. God is reaching. God is urging. God is guiding. You must stop this as soon as possible. The home you live in is sacred. Treat it as such. Protect it. Purify it. Love it. And above all, stand in courage, aligned with the divine, unstoppable in your purpose. The hours will pass quickly. Do not be distracted. Do not waver. The message must be heeded. God speaks. You must listen. As the day unfolds, a subtle tension clings to the air. The light that filters through the windows is no longer simply sunlight, it is a lens through which the divine observes your actions. Every movement is noticed, every intention recorded, every hesitation magnified. God's presence is not distant, it is immediate, pressing gently but insistently upon your awareness. You feel it in the hush of rooms that were once ordinary, in the faint rustle of air across the corners, in the low hum that seems to come from nowhere yet everywhere. This home, your home, is alive in ways that defy ordinary understanding. You begin your inspection systematically. The living room, where laughter and conversation usually mingle with sunlight, feels heavier. The cushions on the sofa have shifted subtly, though no one has moved them. The shadows under the furniture are darker, almost solid, as though clinging to the floorboards. God's instruction is clear: do not fear what you see, but see what is there. Speak to it. Name it. Declare your intent. This space is sacred. You have no power here. Light fills every corner. Darkness recedes. By God's command, this home is protected. Say it aloud, slowly, deliberately, letting the words vibrate through the room, through your body, through the unseen layers of presence that inhabit this space. The kitchen, often a place of warmth and sustenance, feels unusually cold. Appliances hum with their normal rhythms. But there is a subtle undertone, a vibration that does not belong. Open each cabinet, examine the shelves, touch the surfaces. Notice areas where dust has collected in patterns that seem almost intentional, as though the unseen presence is marking the boundaries of its influence. God's voice whispers again, guiding your actions: cleanse thoroughly, but with intention. Cleaning is not just physical, it is spiritual. Every sweep of the cloth, every pour of water, every application of oil or salt carries your intent into the fabric of this home, pushing back what should never have settled here. Moving to the bedrooms, you feel the energy shift. Bedrooms are sacred spaces, places where the soul is vulnerable. Where dreams manifest and rest is supposed to be absolute. Here, the unseen presence is strongest, most resistant. The bed may feel slightly uneven, as though something lingers beneath it. The closet doors may creak subtly, almost in protest. God's guidance is precise: confront the resistance directly, but do so with calm authority. You will not disturb this home any longer. Leave now. Light reigns here. Divine will protect this space. Repeat this throughout, in every corner, letting your voice carry conviction. Your courage, your clarity, is the instrument that transforms fear into protection. As you move, you realize the importance of ritual beyond action. Symbols of faith, however personal or universal, can anchor divine energy in the physical realm. Draw sigils, write blessings, or place sacred objects where they resonate. Each act is a tether, linking the seen and the unseen, a conduit through which God's protection flows into the home. Light candles with intent, letting the flame burn steadily as a beacon of divine vigilance. Burn incense, allowing the smoke to spiral into every crevice, carrying your prayers and affirmations into the invisible planes of presence. Every sound, every movement, every breath is amplified by your intention, in the attic, or basement, or any hidden corner that is often neglected, the resistance is strongest. These are the spaces where darkness lingers longest. Feeding on neglect, hidden behind shadows and dust. Do not shrink from them. Illuminate every corner. Sweep away cobwebs, rearrange objects, remove clutter that holds stagnant energy. Speak aloud the truths of your heart. This home belongs to light. This home belongs to love. This home is protected. Darkness has no foothold here. God is with you, guiding each gesture, reinforcing your intention, amplifying your courage. By mid-afternoon, you may notice subtle changes. The atmosphere grows lighter, more breathable. Shadows lose their density, no longer lingering with menace. The low hum of tension fades into quiet clarity. Your own energy feels more grounded, more centered, as if the home itself is responding to your actions, reshaping itself in alignment with divine will. Yet vigilance is still required. There are layers, deeper layers, that only reveal themselves through persistent attention. Prayer is crucial. Speak to God openly, without hesitation or doubt. Ask for protection, clarity, and guidance. Acknowledge the presence of unseen forces, but do not grant them power through fear or submission. Let your faith be the anchor, your intention the sword, your courage the shield. Visualize light filling every space, radiating through walls, floors, ceilings, expanding outward beyond the boundaries of your home. Imagine it so vividly that even the unseen can no longer resist. Evening approaches, and with it, the culmination of divine intervention. Now is the time for vigilance and reflection. Sit quietly in the central space of your home. Feel the energy around you, notice the subtle shifts. Speak gratitude aloud for the protection that has been afforded, for the strength you have mustered, for the clarity you have gained. Reflect on the journey, the fear faced, the shadows confronted, the courage embodied. God's presence is near, palpable in this quiet communion. As night falls, continue your protective rituals. Leave candles burning in key spaces, affirm your intent aloud, and if it resonates, recite ancient or personal prayers of protection. Your home is now a sanctuary, fortified by both divine guidance and your deliberate, conscious action. Sleep with awareness, knowing that vigilance is an ongoing process, but that your actions today have reshaped the very fabric of your living space. This is not merely about a physical house. It is about reclaiming sacred space, aligning your environment with divine intention, and standing as a guardian over the life that unfolds within it. God's voice is both urgent and tender. You are not alone. You have the power to act. You have the courage to reclaim your home. Stand firm. Protect what is sacred. Light will always prevail when faith is unyielding. Through the night, the home breathes a different rhythm. The air feels lighter, freer. Shadows no longer linger in corners. The energy, once dense with resistance, has shifted toward clarity and light. And yet, God's guidance reminds you, vigilance must continue. A sacred space is maintained through continuous awareness, through love, through daily rituals, through steadfast intention. The journey does not end here. Every day, continue to bless your home, to protect it, to fill it with light. Walk through your space with gratitude, speaking intentions aloud, aligning with the divine, and recognizing that the sacred and the mundane are intertwined in ways humans often fail to perceive. Every gesture, no matter how small, is part of an ongoing act of reclaiming holiness in everyday life. God's warning, once urgent, has become a partnership. You are no longer passive. You are active, empowered, a living conduit of divine will within your own home. And this is the ultimate truth: a home is not merely a building, it is a living, breathing space, shaped by attention, intention, courage, and faith. Protect it, honor it, love it, and it will shelter and sustain you in ways both seen and unseen. Night settles gently over your home, but this night is different from every night that came before it. The air feels clearer, almost renewed, like the world itself has taken a deep breath after holding it far too long. You move slowly through the rooms, no longer searching for shadows but appreciating the warmth that now lingers on the walls. The fear, the heaviness, the quiet unease, it has lifted, dissolved like mist beneath the rising sun, and as you stand in the center of your home, God's presence comes to you one last time, not as a warning, not as a command, but as a whisper of completion: it is done. The words echo softly, like a final note of a vast symphony reaching perfect stillness. You feel them, not with your ears, but with your entire being. They settle into your heart with the peace of something fully understood at last. This home, the place where you have lived, slept, dreamed, feared, hoped, this home is no longer burdened, no longer shadowed, no longer torn between the light and the unseen. It has become something else, a sanctuary, a vessel, a testament to your courage. You walk toward the window and pull the curtains aside. Outside, the night sky is impossibly clear. Stars glow with quiet pride, as though affirming that the struggle you faced today was not ignored, not unseen. Perhaps the entire universe witnessed your battle, your fear, your strength, your transformation. You inhale deeply. For the first time in a long time, the breath feels full. There is no more rushing pulse beneath your skin, no more weight on your chest, no whisper in the corners, no sense of being watched from something unseen. Only stillness. Only clarity. Only peace. God speaks again, not urgently this time, not with intensity, but with the softness one uses when comforting a beloved child. Your home is yours again. You nod, not out of obedience, but understanding. Everything that had once unsettled the silence has been swept away by your hands, your voice, your intention, your persistence, the presence that had lingered for far too long has dissolved completely. It is not hiding, it is not waiting, it is gone, and now, only the sacred remains. You walk back to your bed, the place where you once felt heaviness. Tonight, it feels like a cradle of light. You lie down, no tension remains in your muscles, no whisper at the edges of your hearing, only the soft hum of night cradling you with gentleness. Before your eyes close, God speaks one final time, not to warn you, not to instruct you, but to bless you. Rest now, you have done well. You reclaimed what was yours, you answered when I called, and now, peace will remain. The words are warm, wrapping around you like a blanket woven from silence and light. Your eyes close fully. Sleep takes you instantly, not the shallow, restless kind that once haunted your nights, but a deep, soul-level rest that only follows a battle fully won. Your home breathes with you, settled and safe, and as the last thread of awareness dissolves into dreams, you understand something profound. The shadows were never stronger than you. They only waited for a moment when you believed they were. But today, on the day appointed, the day charged with urgency, you remembered your strength, you remembered your purpose, you remembered that light answers the moment it is called. You did not run, you did not hide, you did not surrender, and so, this home, your home, is no longer a place of fear, it is a place of victory, a place of clarity, a place of divine peace, a place renewed by courage and protected by faith. The night holds you gently, your home holds you safely, and God's final whisper fades into the quiet.